Whether you're a student or a professional architect, axonometric diagrams are one of the most underrated tools at architects' disposal. Diagrams can tell a story, they can clarify your thinking, and they can summarize ideas in a very succinct way. The problem with axonometric diagrams is that it can be a clunky process depending on what kind of software you're using, and it can take a lot of time. But creating diagrams shouldn't be a hard process, and in today's video we'll look into 3 types of diagrams that you can create in Morpholio Trace app, each taking 5 minutes or less. So the first type of diagram that I'll show is the generative type of diagram, and it relies on the rules of creation. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I'll be using primitives as the base, and then I'll be subdividing them, adding and subtracting elements to generate my design and to explain my proposal. So once I'm in Morpholio Trace, I'll create a new blank sheet and I'll select a super rule, and then select this pen tool over here, which has the continuous line thickness, and I'll keep it at 3.2 dots. And now what I want to do for my generative diagram is to create a base layer, a kind of guide for my design. I'll pick 30-degree ruler snap, and I'll start by drawing a box. I'll do 3 subdivisions vertically and 2 horizontally. I can then reduce the opacity of this layer, create a new layer on top, and what I want to do is I want to connect these 2 points, but the ruler doesn't allow me to do that. So to unlock the infinite snap to the angles, I just tap on the screen, and then that allows me to position these lines freely. It makes for an easier connection to the corner. If say I want to create additional elements that protrude out, activate the ruler tool again, and using my generative method I can continue drawing this. I can then go and create a new layer, reduce the paper opacity all the way down, select 6-point pen, and then simply go and trace over the base layer. And so the second type of diagram is the modular diagram, and it relies on the repetition of the elements. It can be useful in creating a proposal for apartment block or a facade, for example. So we use the same approach as before. I'll start drawing the edges of the base box, but this time around I'll subdivide them. Once I'm happy with the setup, I can just finish the box drawing. Then I want to create a new layer on top to start drawing our repetitive elements. You can see here that small overlaps are not that important. I think typically people spend too much time worrying about the perfection of these diagrams, but I think nobody really notices it that much. Now I can go over with a thicker pen, for example. And like so, we can also explain the process by which it was created. So moving on, we have one last type of diagram, and it is the volumetric type of diagram. Now by volumetric I mean any type of diagram that hasn't been derived from geometric rules. So I'll be demonstrating this on a simple house proposal. If we draw a little section, it'll be a simple house on a little stilt on a hill. And I want to demonstrate the different parts of this proposal. So the M-shaped roof, the base, the support leg, and also this projection that looks out and over. So I'll create a new layer for that, and I'll use exactly the same approach as before. Let me know in the comments below which one of these diagram types did you enjoy the most. Also check out this video over here that talks about the basics of using Morpholio Trace app, and also this video over here that talks about 5 of my favorite tools within Morpholio Trace app. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.